Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop197. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, I will let you know is I only got 3 movie reviews left to do before 2014 will finally come to an end, and we'll head on to the 4th season of my movie reviews in the year of 2015. And I hope everybody's excited for my 4th season of my movie reviews. And yeah, there'll be some more brand new movie reviews to come in the later on future, but sadly we gotta wait until we can head on to my last and final movie review for season 3 will be Night at the Museum 3. Secret of the Tomb, and I can't wait to see that movie. It's gonna be freaking awesome! And pretty darn funny at the same time. And as for today's movie review that I really want to do for today is I'm going to review one of the most underrated Batman movies of all time. And definitely one of my guilty pleasure films, I guess. So for my next movie review is Batman Forever. Out of all those Batman movies I've seen here and there, from Tim Burton to this movie, minus Batman and Robin and the Christopher Nolan movies, I will say Batman Forever is a far good but somewhat of an excellent film, even if it does have some cheesy moments here and there. And I got this movie review from a request to a person who's a big fan of Transformers, and I think his name is Joshua Prime. He's one of my old friends. I haven't talked to him for a while because his YouTube got spammed or something. I don't know. I never talked to him for a while, but I'm sure he's somewhere out there, maybe in another website or something, But I'm going to attribute this movie review for him, since I haven't talked to him for a while, and since he loves Transformers and all that stuff. So, anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here is my movie review number 44 of Batman Forever. And to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I have nothing else to say about the plot of the story, because it'll be way too hard for me to explain. So, I will do the best I can. I will say the movie's all about Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. He's just doing his 50% job of his life. You know, for Bruce Wayne's half, he's doing his job at the Wayne Enterprise and, you know, being a businessman and all that stuff. While the other half, he's known as the legendary Batman at nighttime, you know, becoming the Dark Knight and all that stuff, and try to fight crime and try to face so many bad guys as soon as he can. You could say that Bruce Wayne / Batman, let's say he's on a 50% of his job. The first 50% is Bruce Wayne is dating with a really hot, sexy woman named Dr. Chase, who's some type of doctor who can help people with their bad dreams and all that stuff. And she's crazy about bats. While the other is a young man named Dick, who lost his family during that circus incident for what Two-Face had done to them and all that stuff. And for Batman's side, Batman needs to face 2 new enemies who are kind of like the main comedy reliefs of the story. One is Two-Face and the other is the Riddler. For Two-Face, you can say he's half human, half monster, and he wants to do some crazy things here and there, while the other dude named the Riddler, he's a guy who wants to riddle things here and there and try to create some type of weird machine that involves brainwaves. And let's just say Bruce Wayne, Batman is on a 50% of what kind of job that he's doing and all that stuff. So that's all I could say about the main plot of the movie for Batman Forever. And I guess everyone wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? To tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, I really do like this movie, and this is one of my favorite guilty pleasure films because I'm too darn guilty watching this movie. I remember the time I first saw it on TV with my sister Catherine. I think that was 1997. I think we saw it in some type of channel back at my grandparents' Gloucester. We only saw some parts of it, but then later on we watched the whole thing. I think it was pretty good. And when I got older, I still enjoy the movie even to this day, even if it has some cheesy moments here and there. I will say the storyline is pretty good. The characters are likable. I love the action, the comedy, the drama, the romance, the score, and Seal's really cool song called Kiss from a Rose. Yeah, I'm sorry being silly on this review. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points for Batman Forever. I will say for the strongest point for this movie is definitely Seal's song called Kiss from a Rose. I mean, that song really did blow me away. I think this is one of the most strongest songs I have ever heard for some of the Batman movies, for the Batman franchise, I guess. I will say for this song, it's very soothing, it's romantic, very passionable, very beautiful. The lyrics were really, really good back in the 90s. And I really love Seal's voice. He has a very gorgeous voice. I mean, let's say this heart is the main soul for this tune, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Seal's song really did blow me away. I think, in my opinion, that is the most strongest point of the movie. So the strongest point for the film is definitely Seal's song called Kiss from a Rose. And as for the weak point for this movie, I will say it had a couple of cheesy moments here and there, and I guess you could say a couple of the cheesy moments came from the Riddler and Two-Face, because they had a couple of comedy stuff here and there, and I guess the weirdest cheesy moment ever is that they decided to make up their own battleship game. It looks too darn silly. Yeah, you know, all you have to do is put, I don't know, like a chip or something, and put it in the spot, and say hit and miss. If you guys ever played that weird game called Battleship, I know it's based by a game. So yeah, I will say the cliche and cheesy moments are truly the most weakest point for Batman Forever. And that's all I have to say for my strongest points and the weakest points for Batman Forever. And now let's go on to the characters in the movie. And I will go with the 4 characters who are the best ones in the whole entire movie. And don't worry, ladies and dudes, I will not talk about Robin. And I'm sure everybody thinks that Robin is the most weakest point in the movie. But I mean, I think he was kind of decent. He's not all that bad. For me, of course. Okay, for the first 2 characters I want to talk about is the Riddler and Two-Face, played by Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. I will say for these 2 characters, they are the ones who had stolen the movie for me. They were the best comedy relief duo ever in the Batman franchise movie history. I mean, they were so darn funny from start to finish. I think that Jim Carrey, who played the Riddler, I think he's the one who had stolen the movie for me, because he is one of the best comedians out there, and he did a really good job playing a really cool, funny Riddler. I will say my most favorite Riddle moment is when he goes to the Batcave and he used one of his weird props to destroy the Batcave. It was pretty darn funny, but kind of cheesy in so many ways. So, yeah, I love Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and I don't mind Tommy Lee Jones playing Two-Face. I think he did a really good job playing that character, and I really like the part when he's acting like a goofball in the whole entire movie. So, yeah, I will say these two characters, the Riddler and Two-Face, they were definitely the best part about this movie from start to finish. And now let's go on to Dr. Chase, played by Nicole Kidman. I will say Nicole Kidman did a pretty good job in this movie. I love the part where she played a hot, fiery, sexy, very serious, very brave female lead for this role. I mean, she did one heck of a good job playing a really cool, sexy woman in a Batman film. And I love the part where she had some good connections for her and Bruce. You know, they had a really good connection. I did see a whole lot of character development and chemistry for what Mrs. Chase did for Bruce. You know, try to help him out to figure out some problems with his dreams and all that stuff. I have nothing else to say, but Nicole Kidman, she is definitely a really good actress, and she played a really good character in this movie. And now let's go on to the main character in the movie, is Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, played by Val Kilmer. I freaking love Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne Batman. Out of all these actors who played Batman, like Michael Keaton, I forgot the dude's name who did the animated TV series, Christian Bale, minus George Clooney and that no good Ben Affleck. I will say that Val Kilmer played one of the most sexiest and one of the most gorgeous, good-looking Bruce Wayne and Batman dude I have ever seen in my whole entire life. I mean, this guy really did blow me away. I will say he had a good storyline, he has a great personality, attitude, he's so darn gorgeous, good looking, handsome, and I will say, yeah, Val Kilmer did do a pretty good job playing Bruce Wayne Batman. I mean, this guy really did blow me away from start to finish, and I have nothing else to say. So yeah, Val Kilmer, good job, man. I'm very proud of you. You deserve to be one of the best Bruce Wayne Batman dudes of all time, period. Along with Michael Keaton and the guy who did the animated version, and Christian Bale. All of you did a good job in your own rights. And now, ladies and dudes, here's my final thoughts of Batman Forever. Overall, Batman Forever is a really good movie, and one of the most underrated movies of all time, and one of my guilty pleasure films. It had a good storyline, has likable characters, has good comedy, good action, great drama, romance, it had a good score. I love the song from Seal, and yeah, this is one of my guilty pleasure films, and I can't stop watching this movie. I will watch it again and again if I have to. So for my rating for 1 to 10, I decided to give this movie a really good score of 8.5 out of 10. Please check out this movie to believe it if you guys are still a big fan of Batman or not. And there you go, ladies and dudes. That is my whole entire movie review of Batman Forever. I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and join me next time for my next movie review to come. And it's my next Christmas movie review. I'm gonna do The Polar Express. I think one of the best CGI movies of all time, and truly, Tom Hanks' best movie of all time. So be prepared for that one to come, and I will see you all later. Sayonara.